Coronation Street's Lisa Swain faces tragedy. It was supposed to be an ordinary morning on the cobbles of Weatherfield. The cafe buzzed with the usual gossip. Dev was fussing about a delivery, and Sally was already planning her afternoon. But no one could have predicted the heartbreaking news that would send shockwaves through Coronation Street. Lisa Swain, the dependable, sharp-witted police officer who had become a familiar face to many, had been found unconscious in her flat. A neighbor had noticed something was off when Lisa's car sat unmoved for 2 days. No lights, no sounds, no signs of life. Concerned, they called it in, and within minutes, emergency services had broken down the door. What they found was devastating. Lisa was lying on the floor near her bed, a scattering of tablets beside her and a half-written letter on her nightstand. It didn't take long for word to spread down the street. Roy Cropper was the first to hear the news from Craig, who had rushed out of the station, his face pale. Craig didn't say much, just that Lisa was being rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and that it wasn't clear if she'd survive the night. Sally stood frozen outside her door as Tim slowly walked up and placed a hand on her shoulder. "She always seemed so strong," Sally whispered, her voice trembling. "Always in control." But behind that uniform and quiet strength, few knew the pain Lisa Swain had been carrying. Lisa had always been private, even when she joined the Weatherfield police team. A straight talker, calm under pressure, and deeply committed to her job, she kept her personal life behind locked doors. But there were signs, moments when her smile faltered, when her eyes seemed far away. Only a few had seen those glimpses. Maria remembered the day Lisa helped her after a break-in. They had shared a coffee afterward, and Lisa had spoken briefly about losing someone years ago, a sister, perhaps. Lisa never went into detail. And Toya had once asked her, gently, if she was okay. Lisa had smiled and said, "Aren't we all just pretending to be?" That line echoed in Toya's mind now as she sat in silence, clutching her phone, waiting for any update from the hospital. By evening, the news turned even darker. The hospital released a statement confirming that Lisa remained in a coma due to an overdose and a suspected cardiac arrest. Her condition was extremely critical. Back on the street, candles began to appear outside the cafe and police station. Roy placed one gently on the cafe counter, beside a small photo of Lisa in uniform. "We never know the battles someone's fighting," he said quietly to Shona, who nodded, tears in her eyes. The most heartbreaking part came when a nurse revealed that Lisa had indeed left a letter, addressed to the people of Coronation Street. In it, Lisa had written, "I've spent my life protecting others, trying to be the strong one. But I felt so alone for so long. I didn't know how to ask for help without feeling weak. To those I worked with, thank you. To those I lived among, forgive me. I never meant to leave like this." The letter brought sobs to many. Even those who hadn't known Lisa well were hit hard by her quiet pain. Craig, who had worked closely with her, was devastated. "She was my mentor," he said, breaking down outside the Rovers. "She always had my back. I wish I'd seen the signs." As the night wore on, the cobbles were quiet. A soft rain began to fall, as if the sky itself was mourning. People gathered outside the hospital, holding hands, lighting candles, and praying for a miracle. In the background, Lisa Swain remained on life support, her fate uncertain. A woman who gave everything to protect others, now desperately in need of saving herself. And all of Weatherfield waited, hearts heavy, united in grief and hope.